few of these. Just keep in mind the negative means you do need to distribute the negative, but this is not a multiplication problem, this is subtraction. Let's look at this one here. This means negative 3i times negative 3i. So the negative 3 times negative 3 is a positive 9. Don't forget about the negative I in front of here. And then I times I is I squared, and I squared is equal to negative 1. So I have two negatives, so I'm going to multiply and get a positive, and I have 9, and I have I, and that is my answer. This one, notice it is a multiplication problem, so yes, you do need to actually multiply all the way around here, or put it into a box. Either one is fine. Let's look at this guy here. For this one here, if you recall, we need to multiply by the conjugate. Remember, it is the same thing as it's just the plus. And then we need to do our multiplication carefully. So we have 4 plus 8i plus 2i plus 4i squared. And I squared is negative 1. So that means it's going to be negative when I'm done. So again, I had plus 4i squared, which gives me a negative. So these cancel, leaving me with 10i on the top. On the bottom, we end up getting 4 plus 8i minus 8i plus, because this is a negative, but then a negative times, I squared is another negative. So we end up getting 16. So we get 20 on the bottom, and in this case it works out real nice and pretty. We end up getting 1/2 I. If you wanted to put I over 2, that would be equivalent as well. Let's look at just a couple of these guys. What does this mean? This means, let me get another paper out so we can make sure we're remembering. This means we have 3 plus I times 3 plus I. If you remember, if I'm squaring something, our binomial expansions means it's going to be 1, 2, 1. We're going to have 3 terms when we're done, so we need to remember that. If I just multiply it out, I would get 9 plus 3i plus 3i plus I squared, which is equal to negative 1. And that would be 8 plus 6i. So I'm going to write that down. But I'm also going to say, let's practice our binomial expansion, 1, 2, 1. Remember, this guy is 3 squared, and then that's just 3. And this is I squared, and then that's just I. Whoa, sorry about that. Hold on. So this is 1, 2, 1. This is 3 squared, and then 3. This is I squared, and then I, which gives you 9 plus 6i. And then I squared is equal to negative 1, which again gives us exactly the same answer of 8 plus 6i. So I go out in the real direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this, my dear friends, is point B.